I did a video on a 2022 Ram 3500 Limited. It was a dually long bed and it had just about every option you can get. I have here a 2022 Ford F450 Lariat, which is basically 3 trim levels below the Limited for this truck. And it's about the same price today as that Ram that had like 7,800 miles on it. This truck has 72,183 miles. Now, I will go over the pricing at some point for you guys, but for now, I just want to show you around this beautiful beast. Let's go ahead and check out the window sticker so you guys can see all the options and features, and then we'll jump back into it. Here's the original window sticker for this truck. You guys see the description here, and then there's a short listing of the standard equipment down below. And then check out all the options. Now, if you look at prices today, some of these features have gone up a good bit, except for the twin panel moonroof. I think that's the same price today. But the Lariat Ultimate package is $5 grand, although they did add more features in there too. Now, on this side, you guys can see the base price with destination, and then total price is $85,810. Now, this truck does have a clean Carfax. It does have 3 owners, but no accidents. And let's see, all the owners, first one was commercial, which makes a lot of sense. Probably bought it just for a tax write-off, and then here are the other 2 owners. So for $255, you can get that 2-tone paint back in 2022. That's no longer available for Lariat. You only can get 2-tone with that King Ranch. Now on the front end, let's see what kind of damage you have. Of course, you have the chrome bumper, so you're not going to see much damage there. However, I did notice on this side, you guys can see that fender flare definitely gets pitted with some rock chips, so that might not be a bad idea to just go ahead and get that PPF'd. Now on the hood, it sits a little bit higher, not much damage. Actually, yeah, there's little to no damage on here. And with this Star White paint, you don't want to have to repaint this, so I would just go ahead and PPF that too. There was a forward camera on the front end, and it has them on the mirrors too, so a 360 camera view. Halogen headlights, I believe you could have gotten LED headlights in 2022 on a Lariat. This has the Ultimate package, so I'm shocked that it did not come a part of that package. But 19.5-inch wheels and tires. And the tires, I can kind of understand why people don't like these tires. I mean, they have 70,000 miles on them. I'm assuming they probably did do some rotations on them. But yeah, the suspension looks good. You have a fabric material for that wheel well liner. And the wheels, they have some damage on them, but again, this truck has 72,000 miles. Even on the mirrors here, you guys can see pretty good condition. And around the doors, yeah, this truck is in really good condition. If I step back, you guys can see the whole truck on this side too. Painted door handles, has those fixed running boards, and they don't really have this design anymore. I always felt like this made it look like a semi truck when they had like that plastic trim piece down there. It says Super Duty if you didn't see it. Now underneath, someone must have lived down a dirt road, because there's definitely a lot of mud down here. But the frame is all in good condition. Now this truck is probably about 3 years old, give or take. You see that rear diff back there too. Yeah, it looks pretty good. And because it has the FX4 package, you have that skid plate for the fuel tank, which is 48 gallons. I was gonna say PPF this side of the bed too, but honestly guys, this held up pretty dang good. I mean, that's really just bug splatter. So we're gonna fill up at. Has a 7.4 gallon DEF tank too, by the way. And then rear suspension, it looks the exact same as the 2024s, so no changes really from this model year to the next. You see that 5th wheel prep package there, and then the wheels out back, normal wear and tear. Tires look pretty darn good, and that's just grease right there. And even around the bed, there's like a few nicks and crannies. Like I saw one right there and right there, but nothing really major. And then even on the tailgate, nothing. Now you guys can see it has that 3-inch receiver hitch down below.
Now, it doesn't look like they towed a trailer with this truck conventionally, but when you pop the tailgate, you guys can kind of see, hopefully you can see it right there. You can see where there is an indentation of a fifth wheel hitch. So they definitely towed a fifth wheel with this truck, or even a gooseneck trailer. I'm not sure. Sometimes people use fifth wheel hitches for gooseneck trailers too, but you have your 7-pin and 12-way plug for video, tie downs. The spray-in looks pretty darn good. It does have that step too. And let's just show that diff out back. Has an upgraded cover on there. Alright, let's go ahead and talk about this power stroke. Now, back in 2020, they did do updates to the power stroke and they carried over to 2022. So it's going to have 475 horsepower and 1,050 pound-feet of torque. 10-speed transmission known as a 10R140 was still being used at this time. And they are still running that CP4. Now, you could tell the dealership definitely did clean under the hood here. So it looks really nice and looks like all the fluid levels are at the right levels too. I will admit to you guys something. I'm shocked at how much the 2023 Plus trucks jump forward. These are the same cabs on this truck, right? And you can pretty much tell just how upgraded the interior is on the redesigned trucks of today. Very shocking. It's only a year later that they redesigned it, but it's definitely dated inside this interior for sure. Like, just the overall layout is just more ancient compared to what's out now. I'm very shocked by it, but it's still a nice truck though, and it cleaned up pretty good. Definitely cleaned up pretty good. This one did have that 12-inch display. They changed that back in 2022 actually too. But yeah, you can definitely tell that this interior is more aged compared to the 2023 Plus trucks for sure. Seats look good. There's really no wear and tear. And we're gonna drive the truck today. I wanna see how does it feel on the road. We're gonna do a 0 to 60 run as well, so I'll show you guys that. So let's go ahead and get down the road now. I did drive this truck earlier today, just around the lot. And I will say, for this truck having 72,000 miles, there's not a lot of creaks and cracks in the interior. Feels really tight. And full lock. Oh, I can't even do full lock. I mean, the truck has such a great turning radius. But yeah, it feels really solid as a truck. I'm really shocked by that because, well, I'm not shocked. I know Ford makes good trucks, but I did do a used vehicle test on a 2015 Ford King Ranch. It was a single rear wheel, and that truck felt like it was 50 years old. Like, I'm not even lying. Like, the doors would shake on it. It just, you could tell that Ford has done a huge fix on their quality and their build quality, really. But driving it around town, there's not a lot of rattles in this truck, guys. And it accelerates. Wow. Wow, she's fast. Let me see if I can do a 0 to 60 test here. If I don't do it here, I'll do it later on in the video. But I want to see how well it does with 72,000 miles. Hopefully it's gotten better. Here's the selling price of this F450 today. At the time of me filming this, it is available. So I'm going to be posting this tomorrow as an FYI. Now, Larry H. Miller Super Ford in Salt Lake does have this truck. Be sure to ask for Diego. And this truck is gold certified. So what that means is, if you scroll down, you guys can see gold certified gives you a 12-month, 12,000 mile comprehensive limited warranty, and it does extend your powertrain to 7 years, 100,000. Unfortunately, the 0 to 60 got messed up. For some weird reason, it wouldn't shift out of first for a second, but I'll redo it because I know that some of you Ford fanboys get really sensitive, so I'm going to make sure I play fair. So yes, unfortunately, I couldn't get to work. But apart from that, I really love the 2023 Ford Super Duties. Like, if I was in the market and I wanted to save some money, I think I would spend the extra cash. I think the 2024 Ford Super Duties are like 79 grand starting price. This truck MSRP at 75, I think. I'm sorry, I can't remember. 85,000, I think it was. But it's so insane, like how expensive these trucks have gotten. Like, it's insane. Now, as far as the gauge cluster goes, you still have your analog gauges, which a lot of people are going to like that better anyways, right? But what I love about the 2023s is how much they've updated this. Like, it's now a screen, but they gave you something called measurements, and so you see all your temperatures in one spot. If I want to see the temperatures, I have to go through like a different screen to see the transmission, to see the oil temperature, to see, you know, the diesel fluid level, whatever. It's just, there's just a lot of stuff that they fixed on the 2023s. Now, I'm not putting down this 22. I might be just putting up just how far they came on that 2023. Like, even looking at this interior, I may have to get a 2024 and put it up against this one, because I'm shocked at how much different it is. Like, in my mind, I knew that it was different, but this looks totally different from what the 2023s look like. And you guys have to remember, I didn't do a lot of videos back in the day on these 2022 earlier trucks because I was still full-time with my job, so I didn't have as much time. So now seeing it again, I'm like really shocked at just how well Ford did redesigning this interior, because this is the same cab as the 2023 Plus trucks. So yeah, I'm impressed. I think that Ford has done a great job on that redesign, and this is still a nice truck. It's very solid. The leather seats, they still feel plush, they're comfortable. You still have ventilated seats on this one. Now this one, yeah, this one has a wireless charger for the phone. So yeah, this one still has a lot of nice features. It has the panoramic sunroof, so it's loaded for what a Lariat is. The only thing it's missing is the LED headlights, but if you don't know this, Morimoto makes headlights for this truck. So if you would like to have that one upgrade, I think they're about $1,000 to $1,500 somewhere, and I can't remember the exact price, but they're about $1,100 or so last time I looked, and they look nice. And I think that they would give you about the same output as the OEM ones. Now, I have seen where people have been switching on the OEM ones too on these trucks that didn't have them from the factory, so that might be an option for you too. Here we go. Ford definitely fixed a lot of things in the transmission. A lot of hesitation off that line, and I feel like the shifts were even a little bit slower compared to what I've seen in the past on the next generation up. So I'm definitely more in love with the new 23 Plus Super Duties, because I feel like they fixed a lot of stuff, addressed a lot of stuff, and yeah, this is still a good buy, don't get me wrong, but the new ones are definitely a good buy if you're in the market. So here are the numbers on the door. Still has that 14,000 pound gross field weight rating. And then this is the payload, 4,918 pounds of payload. And tire pressure, if you want to see that, 90 up front, 80 out back. Now, this was the original MSRP, as you guys saw, with the selling price here at the Super Ford Larry H. Miller store. So that is basically $14,483 of depreciation, which is about 17%. If you don't remember, the Ram truck that I did was about 24%. Now I have this number as a potential loss. Now what this is basically the original MSRP with this deducted, and I added $6,000 because I'm assuming the customer did not get this number, obviously, right? So figure they got $6,000 less. Now on the Ram I did 4,000. The reason why there's a difference here is because the truck has more miles, which means there's more reconditioning that probably had to get done on this truck. So with that being said, if you consider this number from here, that's about 31%. Now at the time of purchase at Larry H. Miller Super Ford, they don't charge over MSRP, so I did not include that. In the Ram, I did include that because the dealership they bought from did sell their trucks over MSRP. So that's why there's a slight difference there, but this is the potential total purchase price with taxes here. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful. Be sure to subscribe to your channel. Make sure your bell notifications are on. See you guys soon.